My name is Chris Toplack, and this is A View from the Top in support of my friends over at The Reaction Room. For all their incredible content, stop by thereactionroom.com today. This is where we talk about pro wrestling news and rumors. Let's start with Monday Night Raw. Of course, next Monday is Halloween, and the creative team thought, hey, bright idea. They're leaning towards a Halloween-themed edition of Raw. That's going to be, of course, on Halloween. So if this is the case, you can expect appearances from the Boogeyman and some other strange characters from the past. Papa Shango? Who knows for sure, right? Speaking of Raw, Vince McMahon was reportedly furious over Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman's segment. If you recall, really he was hoping for the crowd to chant, Brock Lesnar sucks and boo Brock Lesnar, but they were in Brock Lesnar's hometown. So what do you expect? They were chanting, Goldberg sucks. So ultimately, the CEO, Mr. Vince McMahon, said, you know what? I'm cutting this segment short. But what did they honestly expect in Brock Lesnar's hometown? Poor booking decision, right? And now Bill Goldberg appears on the show next week. The WWE has clarified this by saying, yes, the match will happen, because it didn't even really sound as though Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar actually formally accepted the match from Bill Goldberg. Moving on to The Undertaker. Last week, I talked about him being on crutches. Very concerning. Now, all of a sudden, it's like this massive transformation. The Undertaker appeared at the Cleveland Cavaliers home opener in full gear. He looked fantastic. It seriously looked like he went back a decade. Just for Mengel, a tan, got in better shape. So apparently he has recovered from that surgery. He was walking around on crutches just not too long ago. James Ellsworth. His new t-shirt is currently the top-selling item at WWEshop.com. It's true. Welcome to the odd world of 2016. It is outranking the new Roman Reigns, Goldberg, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins merchandise. What a world we live in. Speaking of the Chinless Warrior, PWI Insider has noted that Ellsworth might actually be signed because of his merchandise sales. You think? That's all they care about, right? Furthermore, James may even have earned himself a spot in the 2017 Royal Rumble. Wow. I mean, talk about an epic rise to success. When recently asked who actually helped him the most in the WWE, he revealed it was Chris Jericho, a very unselfish and giving individual. Here's what he had to say. That is definitely 100% Chris Jericho. The day after that match with Braun Strowman, he contacted me on Twitter. He wanted me on his podcast, Talk is Jericho. I went in, did the podcast with him. Next time I was on TV. Ever since then, we text all the time. He gives me advice and helps me out. He's just an outstanding human being. Many have said that about Chris Jericho. He's loyal. He's very generous with his time. Overall, just a quality human being and an absolutely entertaining and outstanding pro wrestler. There are rumors that the rationale behind Mickie James facing Asuka at NXT TakeOver is to get more heat on the NXT Women's Champ. So originally, it was supposed to be Trish Stratus. Of course, she's pregnant with her second child at age 40. I'm not judging, but a little bit later in life. She's happy with that. Perfect. Now Mickie James gets that opportunity to step in there with Asuka. So they really want to push her as a top heel, and eventually, sounding as though they want Ember Moon to challenge her as a top babyface. Could she even win that championship? Who knows? According to Dave Meltzer, WWE officials think very highly of Roderick Strong's work, and big things are expected for him in the future. If you recall, he recently made his NXT debut teaming up with Austin Aries in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Hell of a tag team, by the way. WWE Fastlane will take place Sunday, March 5th. It will be taking place at the BMO Harris Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have a new Chris Jericho book on the horizon. Chris Jericho set to release his fourth book. If you haven't read any of them, very entertaining, especially his first one. I believe probably a top 3 wrestling book ever written. I'd go Bret Hart, Mick Foley's first book, and Chris Jericho's first book, in my humble opinion. Going to be formally released August 29th, 2017. Quite the wait we have ahead of us. And will be titled No is a 4-letter word, how I failed spelling but succeeded in life. I'm already looking forward to that based on the title. Let's hope he's also releasing The List of Jericho within the near future. I would pay my hard-earned money to read that one. TNA news, and there's plenty going on. Wow. Let's start with some lighter news. TNA's Bobby Lashley was victorious in the co-main event at Bellator 162 last Saturday. Lashley is 5-0 in Bellator. He's currently on an 8-fight winning streak. In fact, he actually put his name in the hat to potentially fight Brock Lesnar. It's never going to happen, but it's, of course, nice to throw your name out there. On the topic of TNA, they are in trouble. It's being said that the company may soon be unable to enter any business deals without Billy Corgan's approval. Furthermore, there's a lawsuit going on where Billy Corgan feels basically snubbed at the fact that Dixie did not let him know about any potential WWE offers for the company. She's claiming, I don't need to tell you about those things. Billy's saying, well, no, in fact, you do, because I've put my own money into this company. Now, as noted last week, the company owes over $3 million to various companies. Dave Meltzer, of course, actually famously said, it's just a matter of time before they close the doors, which is very, very unfortunate. In some independent wrestling news, Flow Sports recently announced a 5-year agreement to stream all WWN live events. That includes Evolve, Shine, Full Impact Pro, and WWN Super Show. So you can access all WWN family events for $20 a month or $150 a year. It's actually not too bad in the grander scheme of things. It's no WWE network, but at the same time, you are supporting independent promotions and getting some great wrestling. I'm a big fan of Evolve. So there's going to be at least 5 events per month as well, too. So you're really getting the bang for your buck. Wanted to cap this off with my very, very brief review of WWE 2K17. I picked it up on PlayStation 4. I've played it for a couple of weeks, not as much as I would like to. I've been very busy with work and doing some voiceover work as well, too, on my free time, right? So I personally find video games to be a little bit of work because, again, you need to be in the zone. You can't have any distractions. You can't be multitasking. You have to focus on that one individual task, right? So at the same time, I've been playing it. I've been enjoying it quite a bit, but I have to admit, it hasn't been a massive improvement over WWE 2K16. In fact, I believe WWE 13 has been the best in years. Still hasn't reached that pinnacle as of yet. Biggest roster ever available in a wrestling game. That's a big plus as well, too. Overall, gameplay improvement, in my humble opinion. Finally, you can brawl backstage again. That was long overdue. Love the move sets. They're more in depth. The creation suite is absolutely fantastic. Universe mode. Try that out. I really dig it. Although some of the cons and the drawbacks to me, no 2K showcase. Horrific. And when I mean horrific, I mean, that's even an understatement. Commentary is repetitive. It's often misplaced. I mean, they're almost robotic. You have JBL, Jerry the King Lawler, and Michael Cole. Get Corey Graves in there, I beg of you. Plenty of glitches and bugs as well, too. You're backstage. Your body goes halfway through a wall. Same with the cage as well, too. And online is not particularly stable. So for these reasons, I need to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm hoping that we can look at the days of WWE 13 or even Here Comes the Pain or No Mercy where I can finally give it a 9.5 out of 10. That is what I am waiting for. I appreciate you tuning in to another edition of A View from the Top. You can follow me on Twitter at Chris Toplack, and if you would be so kind to like this, share this, give it a thumbs up, and get more people tuning in on a weekly basis.